boot this one away. Going for the return. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
At the 45 on his way. Got a lot of just steamrolling his way through. Give him 109 yards rushing, and with that run, he's now over 100 yards on this opening day. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, and they get the ball back, but that's just going to make it much tougher on this drive. You want to talk about hearts and throats when that ball was on the ground? The offense recovered its own fumble. Wide out in motion. Looking for a man. It's Ewers. He makes the connection. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And that throw was a bullet by the quarterback on that curl route in zone coverage. And how about the anticipation? He gets rid of this pass before his receiver is even turned around. I love it.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. They get to him as he throws. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It's good. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't...
Going over the top. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. After ripping off a big chunk of yardage, you figure they're going to go right back after him. 1st and 10 from the 31. Using his legs, it's Daniels. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
They'll keep it on the ground. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires into traffic, picked off.
That's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching you. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
What a nice run there. And I tell you, Texas has always been a place where there have been outstanding running backs. This guy is the next in line. He's got vision, he's got speed, he's got power. It always seems like it takes multiple defenders to bring him down. Huge weapon in this offense.
He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on 1st down. Leaves them in 2nd and manageable.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Tackled after picking up the first down. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. And the Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Ewers. Quickly to the tight end. Finds some fresh air. Just destroying his way through the field. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. Move the chains with that completion now on 1st down. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. 1st down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Got the quick pass. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got a man. It's Bolden. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. This 3rd down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? They're going to throw it again. Grab near the marker. It's Bolden. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Longhorns! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they have a 2-point lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win it, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
To the air, it's Glagway. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. It's a game of 1st downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A 1st down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. He wants to go deep. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, and this receiver with his speed, he's a guy you know this QB is going to look for, especially on these deep shots. You just can't overthrow him when he's that wide open. That's a huge missed opportunity.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Blasted as he lets it go. It's complete. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Scanning the field, it's Flagway. Trying to get to it. Pocket starts to collapse. And they're on him immediately. Down goes the quarterback. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. The big first down sack, it's second down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
This quarterback is so lucky that ball wasn't picked off. Of course, he threw a pick on the last drive, and this one the defender dropped. This quarterback's got to get his act together.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quarterback will audible. Looking to go up top on first down. Getting some heat. Fires and picked off. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Off play action on first down. Gonna take a shot. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Gators will line up to kick off and start the second half. He's going to bring it out from deep. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right, that pocket has been shaky. If it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different looking football.
Facing a third down and short from the 26. Looking to throw for it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Longhorns will punt this one away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll try the right side. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense in their running game. That time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
They're getting this guy lathered up. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
The Gators are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking for a man. It's Glagway. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. You want to talk about building a drive around a guy. First on the ground and now using him in the passing game.
And you get so much bang for your buck because you can split him out wide. You can fake it to him and throw it.
Touchdown, Gators! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And with the extra point, they're on top by 5. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's Gibson. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
They'll give it to him again. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Just a short pass to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Second down coming up. Out of the gun to give to the back. Drills him with the stiff arm. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. And he's now over 150 yards, and burnt orange is leaving scorched earth on the ground.
Just burning them up, man. Just keep feeding him the rock. This is a guy that you 100% know exactly what you're going to get, and you're going to get great production like great Texas running backs of old.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's Ewers. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
This defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
And he is corralled short of the line to gain.
Nice job by the defense getting after the QB. He's trying to scramble around. He's trying to go get that first with his legs, but he's not able to do it because of the speed on defense.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Looking for more room. The 40. Inside the 30. Past the 10. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Florida.
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking fourth down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not that. You throw a pick, and they turn it back all the way for a touchdown and get points. That is a disaster for this offense.
28, Texas. 60, Texas.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
On second down, just keeps firing. Fires to the big fella. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2. The Longhorns moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking to throw, it's Ewers. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pitting their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
Showing the arm strength down the left side. And he's got it inside the 35.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Florida 28, Texas 16.
First down to start the drive after the break. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Comes out throwing on first down. Lets it fly. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet. It's getting pretty close.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if they're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
On the move, it's Daniels. Still on his feet at the 45. Nothing but green ahead. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run to guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And down here near the goal line, you got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring that.
So you know the defense is going to be keying it too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. To the air, it's Lagway. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And this looks disastrous. Oh, down he goes. A huge loss on that play. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And they'll push that lead out a little further. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Texas offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think...
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. To the 10. He's off to the races. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. He's looking to throw it. Snagged in the middle. It's held.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
That is just textbook execution by the receiver on the corner route for that first down. Also, great find by the quarterback.
They'll try to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas! And with the lead sitting at 9, they'll try to make it a one-possession game. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Okay, Jesse, this is a little bit of a tight spot. You'd love to be aggressive enough to get the first down, but you've got to take care of the ball first.
No doubt. I was going to say, ball security is at a premium. You cannot turn the football over at this point. The defense has 3 timeouts left, David, so probably conservative play calling here. You're expecting them to try to run to ice this game.
Conservative, I know they're going to be aggressive, but I also know that one first down ends this football game.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. They're in control of the clock as their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. They want that clock to run. Tackled, but he has a first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way. At least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Got him looking to run, but they're going to throw it. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Got room on the return. He's inside the 40. Past the 20. He's at the 10. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn! The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making.
Intercepted. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception. Just over a minute and a half to play as they line up for the onside kick in what is likely their last gasp in this game. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. He's productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, you're probably getting blitz that's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. On the run, it's Jackson.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense. Now, they got to get a stop. And if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
They go to the ground. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offense.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses that evolve so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So